In the middle of a rowdy Lagos market, under a faded umbrella that has seen more rainy seasons than democracy, sat Mama Fire. Nobody remembered her real name anymore. Some say she was called Roseline, others saw it was Kafayat, but everyone knew why they called her Mama Fire. Her pepper could make a grown man with village backing, ancestral backup, and Holy Ghost fire still cry like a baby. She sold everything hot: atarodo, shombo, tatase, dried Cameroon pepper, grounded pepper, pepper mixed with crayfish, pepper mixed with secret ingredients. It was said that even her smile had small pepper inside. "Bring that money well, oh," she shouted at a slim girl trying to sneak past with her nylon bag. "Market no be charity. You dey carry pepper like Tessie wey wan scatter marriage." "What of you, Mama Fire?" shouted Iyabose, the fish seller, laughing. "Na only pepper you dey scatter. No be husband too?" The women around burst into laughter. Mama Fire adjusted her bright red wrapper, tied aggressively around her waist. She was short and thick, with arms like someone who wrestled bags of pepper for fun, and eyes that sparkled with mischief. "Jealousy will not kill you people," she said, flipping her scarf back. "Na my fault say men like me. Abeg o, na God do am. If your own grace no reach, no put eye for my blessing." "Blessing ke?" shouted the plantain seller. "You get 5 husbands. 5. Na blessing be that or warfare?" Mama Fire only smiled. The small, dangerous kind that always meant more trouble was loading. Because if you wanted to truly understand this woman, you had to start from the beginning. Before she became Mama Fire, she was just Risi, a fine pepper seller's daughter in Mushi, with dreams of living a market life and becoming a big madam with AC office and swivel chair. Then she met Taju. Taju was tall, chocolate-skinned, with dimples and a smile that could make a choir member backslide. He sold second-hand clothes at the junction and always passed her stall on his way. "Fine girl," he would say, leaning on her table. "Give me pepper wey no go burn my heart. I don already fall for you finish. Atarodo no get respect o. If you no get liver, buy tomato." They fell in love the way Lagos rain falls, suddenly, noisily, and with plenty flooding. They married quietly at the local registry. No long story, no big party. Just promises, a worn-out ring, and 200 naira worth of puff-puff. For a while, things were sweet. They hustled together. She sold pepper, he sold clothes. They dreamed of owning a shop in Balogun one day. Then one Monday morning, Taju woke up, scratched his head, and announced, "Risi, I no do again." She was sorting pepper. "You no do what again?" "Marriage. This thing no be for me." She stared. "You dey joke?" "I no dey joke," he said, eyes looking guilty, but mouth still moving. "I be man of the world. I need freedom. You too strong for me. Every day, Taju where you dey? Taju why you never come house? I dey fear." Risi blinked slowly. "You dey fear responsibility?" "Exactly," he said, relieved. "You don't understand. I no want problem. Make we just break up peacefully." He packed his Ghana must-go bag and left. That day, as she sat in the market, fighting tears while selling pepper for customers who didn't know her heart was burning more than her goods, she swore something. "I will never suffer because of man again." Love was a nice thing, but survival and sense were more important. The second husband came by mistake. His name was Kunle, and he was a keke driver with a loud mouth and even louder shirt patterns. Every day he bought pepper from her store. Every day he found something to complain about. "This pepper too cost. This one no fresh. Your scale dey lie." But he always came back. One day, during heavy rain, he saw her struggling to carry a sack of pepper from the roadside. The Okada men had splashed dirty water on her twice already. Market boys were too busy to help. Kunle, without thinking, dropped his keke passengers mid-argument and ran towards her. "Madam, leave am o. You won't kill yourself? You be soldier." Rain soaked them both as they dragged the pepper to safety. She was panting. He was panting. They stared at each other. Something shifted. 2 months later, people heard wedding music coming from Risi's compound. Another one," the neighbors whispered. But Kunle was different from Taju. He washed plates, he cooked sometimes, he bragged to his friends, "My wife, Pepe Queen. If you chop a stew, you go see revelation." He was loud, dramatic, and fought anybody that looked at her for too long. He was also jealous in the way that made sense at first, until it stopped making sense. "Why that man smile for you?" he would ask. "He be customer na. Why you talk to the Albaro like that? He dey help me carry basket. Why you breathe same air with that boy? Oga Kunle abeg." The day he fought a customer for saying "Good afternoon, fine woman" to her, the matter entered police station. After paying a fine they couldn't afford, she sat him down. "This your jealousy dey smell," she said. "Na because I love you," he said. "I no fit share him with anybody." 1 week later, he saw her laughing at a joke another trader cracked. In the night, he refused to eat. "You dey do me anyhow," he sulked. "Your heart don't move." "Kunle," she said calmly, "if you no want, you fit comot. I no hold you." The next morning, he packed his 2 trousers, 3 shirts, and 1 pair of China shoes. "You go beg me one day," he muttered dramatically, walking out. She didn't beg. Instead, she adjusted her head tie, wiped her tears, and went back to the market. That was when things really started. With heartbreak twice in one lifetime, Risi threw herself into Pepe. She became the queen of market drama. First to arrive, last to leave. Her stock grew. More baskets, more customers, more gist. One day, a herbalist passed by and stopped. "My daughter," he said, looking at her store, "you get strong spirit. Men go always come for you." "I no want again," she snapped. "Make them no come." The herbalist only smiled sadly. "Some blessings you no fit dodge o. Na how you go use am be the matter." She hissed quietly, but his words stayed with her. Because men did come, in different shapes, sizes, and financial statuses. She ignored some, insulted some, laughed at others. Until the day husband number 3 walked into her life, wearing a suit too hot for Lagos sun. Pastor Goke came to the market with his church crusade team. They were evangelizing, distributing flyers, and praying for people. He was tall, with a smooth beard and a gentle voice that made people automatically close their eyes and say amen. His white shirt glowed in the sun, and his shoes did not match the poverty around him. He stopped at her store. "Can we pray for your business?" he asked. Risi eyed him. "Prayer no be salt. If I add them to everything, life go too salty. Wetin exactly you want pray? For increase, for favor, for open doors," he smiled. "Abeg pray o, make customers no price like armed robbers," she said, finally laughing. He smiled too. Something in that smile made her chest feel complicated. He prayed, a long, deep, scripture-filled prayer that attracted other traders. He poured anointing oil on her basket. She almost shouted at him, but held herself. From that week, something changed. Her store became the go-to pepper place. Customers increased. Even restaurant owners started coming. "Na that pastor o," Iyabose said. "In prayer get Wi-Fi, it connects directly." A few weeks later, he came back, this time without his whole team. "Good afternoon, Sister Risi," he said. "Pastor Fire," she teased. "You don't turn my personal prophet." They talked. They laughed. They argued about tithe. She believed in giving, but not when the church generator was louder than the church message. He liked her sharp mouth. She liked his calm eyes. When he proposed, the market nearly exploded. Pastor marry pepper seller? Na end time signs be this. She don jazz am, I swear. But at the wedding, Goke looked at her like she was the only person in the room. She felt seen, not just as a pepper seller, but as a woman with dreams. For a while, their life was sweet. He started a growing church. She sponsored crusades sometimes. People called her Mommy G.O. in the market, and she would laugh until tears came. Then came the problem. Success brought new people into their lives. One of them was Sister Pilu, tall and fair, with wrapper always tied just under her chest, and sanctified high heels that clicked importantly. She was pastor's new assistant. Daddy Gio, your water? Daddy Gio, your mic? Daddy Gio, the spirit is saying we should fast. Risi watched. Her eyes narrowed slowly. One Sunday, after service, she pulled her husband aside. This your sister Pilu, she too near you. When she dey greet you, her good morning daddy, they always enter your ear like love song. Risi, don't be carnal. This is the work of God. Work of God started calling him at midnight. Work of God started sitting too close in the front pew. Work of God started sending long text messages with, Daddy, you are a blessing to my generation at the end. One fateful evening, Risi came to the church unannounced, balancing a pot of jollof rice for the choir. She entered the office. There was Pastor on his chair. There was Sister Pillow, kneeling down, massaging his leg. Daddy, you are stressed. Let me just... Risi dropped the pot. Rice flew. The noise was louder than the church speakers. Everybody freeze! They froze like they were in a low-budget action film. Pastor jumped up. Risi, it's not what you think. I think my husband is sitting down like patient and woman wey no be nurse dey massage am. You wan tell me say na Holy Spirit send her? Sister Pillow sputtered. Mommy Gio, I was only... Stand up, she commanded. Without one more word, Risi removed her slippers and aimed one accurate slap across Pastor's shoulder. Pack! That one is for Holy Spirit you didn't listen to. She turned to Sister Pillow. Pack! And that one is for leg you no pay price for. By the time dust settled, Risi had carried her bag and walked out. She didn't look back even as he shouted her name. Later that week, he came to her stall, kneeling in the sand, begging. Market women watched like Netflix. Risi's voice was quiet. Twice, men left me because I was too much. This time, I am the one leaving. Not because I am too much, but because you are too little for me. She took off her ring, dropped it in his palm, and turned away. The marriage ended. Her heart broke again. But something inside her also woke up. Men are not my source, she told herself. Pepper is. God is. Me, myself, I am my own backup. But the story was far from over. Months turned into years. People moved on. Her stall became bigger. She added onions, garlic, ginger, even seasoning cubes. Her new nickname became Mama Fire Global Enterprises. One afternoon, market rumors started. Have you heard? Loma wants to relocate the market. They say government wants to build shopping complex. They say we will pay rent that will make even rich man cry. It turned out to be true. A local politician, Honorable Bamidele, was behind it. He was young, handsome, with soft hands and a belly that showed he had not suffered in this life. He came to the market in starched agbada and sunglasses. My people, he shouted. standing on someone's empty crate. I am your son. I understand your struggles. You know they understand pepper price, someone muttered. But Risi looked at him and saw something useful. The man held their faith in his pen. So when he came to her stall, she smiled sweetly. Honorable, come and buy original pepper. Make we add fire to your campaign stew. He laughed, charmed. Ah, Mama Fire, I've heard about you. You are a celebrity hero. She quickly arranged her goods. We are just managing, sir. But this relocation matter. He raised a hand. Don't worry, I will take care of my people. He was impressed by her intelligence. She was impressed by his influence, and also slightly by his silver watch wrist. They started talking frequently. He asked her opinion about how to arrange the new stalls. She organized the market women to support his decisions, after making sure they got fair treatment. One night, he confessed, Risi, I know you've been through a lot with men, but you are the most brilliant woman I've met. I want you in my life. She stared. As what? Campaign manager? As wife. Market people fainted emotionally when they heard. Politician? Husband? Number 4? This woman's destiny is not normal. She go so marry governor. They married quietly in a court, but the picture still leaked somehow. Social media carried the story. Pepper seller marries local politician. Love in Ojuelegba. At first, life with Honorable was sweet. She moved into a duplex in Surile. They had AC, generator, driver, everything. But politics is a jealous spouse. She hardly saw him. Meetings, rallies, late nights, phone calls at 2 a.m. Honorable, that contract. Honorable, that allocation. One Saturday, as she watched him dress up for yet another late night meeting, she asked, Bamidele, who is Funke? He froze mid-button. Funke? Funke? Yes, the one that saved as Funke Surveyor on your phone, but her message read, I miss your touch. He stammered. She's my colleague. We work together during campaign. So na campaign touch she dey miss? He sighed. This thing is not easy for me. Politics, it's complicated. Sometimes alliances. Bamidele, she interrupted calmly. Is she your girlfriend? Silence. I asked the question. Yes, he said quietly. But these things, they don't mean anything. You are my wife. She laughed, a hard, bitter sound. Love that needs side chicks for support is not love, it's group project. They argued. Voices rose. Things were said. The next day, she went back to the market to open her store. You don't need to do this, he said. I can take care of you. Your money is not my oxygen. If this marriage will continue, it must be with truth. If not, she left the sentence hanging. Days passed. He tried to cut off Funke, tried to be present, but his phone kept ringing. His ego kept calling. His appetite for alliances refused to die. Eventually, she sat him down. I like enjoyment. I like AC. But I like my sanity more. This thing we are doing, is it marriage or PR stunt? He lowered his head. I'm sorry, he whispered. Sorry no be character. You are a good man, but you are not good for me. They separated. At this point, people stopped pitying her and started fearing her. Any man she marry, the marriage go break. Maybe she's cursed. Maybe na spiritual husband. But Risi knew something else was happening. She had outgrown men who wanted her body or her pepper, but not her full self. And that was when she did something nobody expected. She stopped marrying. For 1 full year, Reese focused on her empire. She registered her business, opened a small processing center where she ground pepper in bulk, packaged it nicely in sachets and branded it Mama Fire Mix, add fire to your life. Supermarkets started buying. She employed young girls from the neighborhood, trained them, paid them well. Her life became bigger than marriage. So when admirers came, she laughed. One day, after rejecting a persistent suitor, a banker who said things like, "I can upgrade your life," she made a declaration in the market. "Any man that wants to marry me must pass interview." The women screamed, "Interview, ke?" "Yes," she said, "I serious. With written test and oral exam. Marriage is not for unserious candidates again." They thought she was joking. She was not. She printed actual forms with questions like, "Why do you want to marry me?" 100 words. "List pre-emotional skills you have. Can you wash plates without complaining? Do you have exes that would disturb our peace? Explain." She put the forms on her store. For weeks, market was filled with laughter as men tried to answer. Some wrote, "Because you are beautiful and I want to be eating your stew forever." Some wrote, "I am the head, you are the neck. Let us do divine purpose together." One wrote, "No emotional skill yet, but I can learn." Reese became a celebrity. Social media found her again. Lagos pepper seller creates husband interview form. Men are applying. TV stations came. Influencers came. Even one small documentary crew came with cameras. But amidst all the drama, 5 men stood out. And those 5 men would change everything. After going through over 100 forms, Reese invited 5 men for final interview. They were 1. Sola, a soft-spoken widower who repaired phones in the market. 2. Daniel, a hilarious bus conductor with dimples and zero filter. 3. Chief Okafor, a big-time rice importer with serious money and serious stomach. 4. Farouk, a calm tailor with a small shop and big dreams. 5. Emeka, a security guard who read books during night shift. They sat on benches in front of her store like job applicants. Market women gathered, pretending to sort their goods but clearly watching. Reese folded her arms. "Good afternoon, gentlemen," she began. "Good afternoon, ma," they chorused. "Why do you all want to marry me?" Sola cleared his throat. "You are strong, kind, and hardworking. I have children. They need a mother who is not afraid of life." Daniel grinned. "You be spec, and you get sense. I no have plenty grammar, but I know good thing." Chief adjusted his expensive wristwatch. "I like you. You are different from the society ladies. I can give you the world, baby." Farouk smiled shyly. "I see how you treat your staff. I want to build something with you. A home, a business, a partnership." Emeka pushed his glasses up. "I believe in you," he said quietly. "And I think together we can build impact projects like training programs for market girls." Reese listened. She asked them questions, deep, sharp ones. "If I make more money than you, will you have problem? If we argue, how do you calm yourself? If your mother insults me, what will you do?" Sola answered calmly, with the weight of experience. Daniel mixed jokes with surprising honesty. Chief Okafor talked like a politician, promising heaven and earth. Farouk spoke with thoughtfulness. Emeka answered like he was writing exam with examples. At the end, she told them, "I like all of you. All of you passed." They looked at each other, confused. So, who did you choose?" Chief asked. Reese took a deep breath. "I choose all of you." Silence. Then chaos. All of us gay? This is not down for madam. Marriage no be bus stop." "You want marry 5 husband?" Chief exclaimed. "That one not the Bible or constitution." The market exploded into noise. "Jesu, Alubarika, na wow, even passers-by stopped. Risi raised her hand. Calm down. They quietened, curiosity overpowering outrage. She continued, in this life, men have married many wives. Our fathers, our forefathers. Society said it is well. Nobody arrested them, but one woman cannot marry many husbands. That one different, oh, someone shouted. How? She asked, eyes blazing. Is human heart gendered? Is commitment gendered? Is love only multiple when men do it? Silence. She paced slowly. I am tired of choosing one part of what I want and sacrificing the rest. Each of you offers something unique. Sola, your stability. Daniel, your joy. Chief, your resources. Farouk, your gentleness. Emeka, your vision. She listened. I don't want half-life partnership anymore. I want full life, full color, full drama. So I am making a new arrangement. Sola rubbed his bald head. What arrangement? I smiled. Polyandry. Blank faces. It means, she explained, one woman, multiple husbands. A small husband association. 5 of you, 1 of me. Clear agreement. Clear rules. No secret. No lies. Chief busted laughing. This must be joke of the century. I am very serious. She folded her arms. The market buzzed like a generator. This woman don't craze. Or she's prophetess or revolutionist. The 5 men looked at each other. Something like madness danced in the air. Daniel was the first to speak. If we agree, he said slowly, how will it work? Schedule, duty roster. The madness increased. That night, they all gathered at Risi's rented hall, her 5 almost husbands, some skeptical relatives, and a few market women who refused to miss the show. On a whiteboard, she had written, marriage terms and conditions, Mama Fire and Husband Cooperative Society. She held a marker like a CEO. Number 1, she said, everybody here must agree willingly. No force, no trick, no jazz. They nodded, some slower than others. Number 2, no one will pretend this is normal. We know society will shout, people will talk, but we will stick together. Number 3, absolute transparency. No hiding exes, no secret children, no private bank accounts wey fit destabilize future. Number 4, schedule. She drew a chart. Monday and Tuesday, Sola. Wednesday, Daniel. Thursday, Farouk. Friday, Emeka. Saturday, Chief. Sunday, communal family day. Market women screamed. Rota marriage. Ha! Chief frowned. What of public appearance? We all appear as team, she said. We go shock them together. Sola raised his hand. Will you sleep with all of us? His ears turned red as he asked. She met his eyes calmly. Yes, but with respect and boundaries we agree on. I am not an object. None of you are too. Intimacy will be based on consent, communication, and energy. If you cannot handle that, stand up now. They were silent. Her younger cousin, Aisha, whispered from the corner. This is either the greatest love story or the greatest disaster. Risi continued. Number 5, financial contribution. We pool resources. Everybody brings something. Nobody will be treated like ATM. Nobody will be treated like burden. Number 6, conflict resolution. No shouting in public, no fighting each other. We use talking stick. She pulled out a big wooden spoon. Whoever holds the spoon speaks. Others listen. If you fight physically, you will sleep outside for 2 days. The room was vibrating between fear and admiration. Then she said quietly, men have created systems that favor them for centuries. Today, I am creating one that favors me, but also honors the truth that relationships are not one size fits all. If you cannot handle this, I will not be angry. Just leave now. Silence stretched. Then one by one, they spoke. Sola, I have lived normal life. It did not bring me happiness. Maybe I can live on usual one and find peace. Daniel, me I like drama. This one pass the word. I dey, as long as we respect each other. Farouk, my religion won't accept this, but my heart knows you are worth bending rules for. I will deal with whatever comes. Emeka, society is made by people like us. Someone has to try new things. I'm in. They all turned to Chief. He sighed. I will be the one people insult the most. They will say rich fool. But honestly, I am tired of pretending with side chicks. At least here, everything is on table. I accept. The air shifted. Something wild and beautiful had been born. The wedding was the loudest, craziest event Oju Alegba had ever seen. They rented a big field. There were canopies. There was small police presence because someone tipped them off that something unlawful was happening. Invitations were simple. Come and witness history. The Union of Mama Fire and Husband Cooperative Society. People came from all over. Some to support, some to insult, most to gist. The officiating person was not a standard pastor or imam. It was a retired female magistrate who had once bought pepper from Risi. She said, I don't know if this thing is legal under Constitution, but I know two things. 1, nobody is being forced. 2, I like wahala. The crowd roared. She made each man say vows. I, Sola, choose to love, honor, and not strangle my fellow husbands. I, Daniel, promise to use my mouth for laughter, not insult. I, Chief, promise not to weaponize my money. I, Farouk, promise to stitch this family together, not tear it apart. I, Emeka, promise to build a future where our stories help others. Then Risi spoke. I, Risi, Mama Fire, promise to love you all in the ways you need, not the ways I am told a woman should. I promise to carry my own weight. I promise not to weaponize my independence. I promise to be honest, even when it is hard. I promise to make stew that will keep you in this house voluntarily. You may now kiss the... Well, manage yourselves. The crowd screamed as she hugged each of them, laughing through her tears. From that day, her compound became headquarters of pepper and confusion. Living with 5 husbands was not beans. The first week, they almost killed themselves over remote control. Now my turn to choose channel, Daniel shouted. You watched football yesterday, Emeka argued. We should watch documentary. Chief boomed. Play news, Joe. I need to see dollar rate. Farouk sighed. Can we just play music, please? Risi entered the parlor. They froze. You people are fighting over remote like children. Give me. She changed to cooking channel and dropped the remote in her bra. Anybody wey fit collect them, fit change them, she declared, walking out. They didn't dare. Schedules also caused drama. One Tuesday night, Daniel mistakenly came to her room humming a love song. Tonight is my... He checked the rota on the wall. Ah, na Sola day. That's right, Sola. He appeared behind him like an action movie. They stared at each other. Instead of fighting, they ended up drinking beer together in the sitting room, complaining about how she kicked both of them out because she was too tired. Another time, Chief tried to bribe her. Add extra day for me now, he whispered, slipping an envelope into her hand. She opened it. Cash. Is this marriage or tender bid? She asked, amused. Keep your money, Chief. You can't buy my time like land allocation. Not everything was joke, though. Their families reacted. Sola's mother cried. You want to join occult? This is against culture. Farouk's brothers stopped speaking to him. You bring shame, they said. Chip's fellow big men mocked him. You wey get money, you dey share woman. Ah! The pressure became heat in the house. One night, they exploded. This whole thing is madness, Farouk shouted. My family treats me like I died. At least, your family is talking to you, Emeka snapped. Mine disowned me. I lost 2 contracts because clients said I don't represent family values again. Chief roared. My customers for boss no let me hear word. Then they call me husband number 2 idiot. Risi listened quietly. Maybe this was mistake, Sola finally said. Her chest squeezed. She went to her stall the next day and could barely arrange her pepper. Tears kept falling into the baskets. People gathered. Mama Faya, what is it? She said. My house is melting. My experiment is failing. They murmured sympathetically. Then Iyabuse spoke. Anything radical will shake at first. When men marry many wives, the women suffer silently for years. Nobody calls it failure of system. They blame women. This one, you want to give up because you are feeling guilty for their pain. So what should I do? Risi asked. Call meeting. Pepper no dey cook stew alone. You need water, maggi, oil. If pot too dry, add something. So she went home and did exactly that. She placed the big wooden spoon on the table. We need to talk, she said. No jokes, no shouting. Whoever holds this spoon will speak. The rest must listen. If you interrupt, you will wash plate 1 week. They sat. One by one, they voiced their fears. I feel like clowns sometimes, Daniel said. People think I'm stupid. I feel like I'm betraying my upbringing, Farouk whispered. I feel judged everywhere I go, Chief admitted. But still, when I'm here, this house feels like home. Slowly, patterns emerged. They weren't just suffering because of her choice. They were suffering because they were allowing the outside world to define their happiness. She spoke last. I am sorry, she said quietly, hands shaking slightly as she held the spoon. I created this system to escape lies and half love, but I did not fully prepare us for the war outside. If any of you want to leave, I will not hold you. I will not insult you. I will even help you pack. But if you stay, we will stop apologizing for being different. They were silent. Then Sola said, who else can boast that their wife can fight 5 men and win? I am not going anywhere. Laughter broke the tension. Me, I like my rota. Where else will I see this kind lifestyle? Chief added, I've built houses with money, but this is first time I'm building history. I mean, Farouk smiled softly. I am afraid, but also alive. I choose alive. Emeka nodded. One day, other people will tell their stories freely because we told ours first. That is enough for me to stay. They ended the night with a group hug that looked like rugby match. From then, things got better. Not perfect, but better. They created support systems, therapy sessions with a counselor willing to take on their unusual family, monthly check-ins, group chat named Husband Co-op No Fighting. They even set boundaries with extended family. If you cannot respect my household, don't visit, they told them. Some relatives left, some adjusted, some stayed far but sent secret messages. We don't understand, but we see you are happy. That is what matters. Just when they thought life was settling, action arrived again. One hot afternoon, news broke that government wanted to demolish part of the market to build a flyover. No proper compensation, no relocation plan. Traders lost their minds. They want to kill us. We will fight. We will die here. Receive looked at the notice and felt old anger rise. Not again. She called her husbands. This is our fight. These are my people. Our people. We must do something. They formed a battle plan. Sola, liaise with community leaders. Emeka, draft petition, contact human rights groups. Farouk, design banners for peaceful protest. Daniel, Mobilize bus drivers and conductors to block demolition trucks if necessary. Chief, pull political strings quietly. On protest day, the market was a sea of colors. Traders marched with placards. We are not animals. Our market, our life. No demolition without compensation. Risi marched at the front, megaphone in hand. You see us every day when you buy from us. We are not dead to be swept away for your flyover. Police arrived. Tension crackled. One overzealous officer raised baton at Daniel. Before he could strike, 5 things happened at once. Sola stepped in front. Farouk pulled Daniel back. Emeka turned on his camera, shouting, "You are on live video." Chief was on the phone with someone above. Risi grabbed the baton mid-air. "Oga Police," she said, calmly, eyes burning like fresh pepper. "Hit him and you will trend by evening, I promise you." The officer hesitated, slowly lowered his hand. News crews arrived. Human rights groups showed up, thanks to Emeka's mails. Social media exploded. "Pepper seller leads market revolt. Stop demolition." Under pressure, government officials appeared later with promises of proper resettlement and compensation. It wasn't perfect, but it was something. That night, as they celebrated at home, Daniel clinked his bottle. "To Mama Fire," he declared, "our commander in Epe." "To our madam and our madness," Chief added. They drank. They laughed. They danced. Risi watched them, her 5 complicated, annoying, loyal husbands, and felt something expand in her chest. Not the fragile flutter of her first love, not the desperate craving of her second, not the dazzled surrender of her third. Something deeper, something earned. Over the years, people told her story in different ways. Some said, "She is a bad example. She spoilt marriage institution." Some said, "She is a hero. She broke rules that were already breaking people." Journalists came. Bloggers came. One foreign documentary crew came again, this time with bigger cameras. "Why did you marry 5 husbands?" they asked her. She smiled. "I did not marry 5 husbands. I built a system that fits my life with 5 men who chose to work with me." "Do you recommend your lifestyle to others?" they asked her. She laughed. "I recommend honesty. Whatever your truth is, build from there. My way is not template, it is testimony." Ojuelegba market changed too. More women started insisting on contracts, on fair rent, on respect. They called it pepper feminism. When girls asked her for advice, she said, "Love is sweet, marriage can be sweet, but don't leave your sense in anybody's hand. Your life is your first husband, marry it well." As for her husbands, they remained a walking miracle. They fought sometimes, like all families, but they also cooked for each other, covered for each other, supported their dreams. Sola's children grew up loving all of them as different types of daddy. Farouk expanded his tailoring shop with help from Chief. Daniel left bus conductor life and opened a small bar with Emeka's business plan. Chief learned the joy of anonymity. Sometimes he followed Risi to market wearing simple clothes, just another man carrying basket. Emeka wrote a book titled Pepper, Love and Revolution that made some people angry and many more people brave. And Mama Fire, her pepper brand went international. One day, as she stood in her processing warehouse, overlooking rows of machines grinding pepper for export, she thought of that first day Taju left her and how she had begged God for one good man. She smiled. "God, you over-answer prayer, Sha. I ask for one, you give me 5. She walked out to where her husbands were arguing about whose turn it was to pick kids for lesson. She snatched the argument away like remote control. Ah, all of you will go. I no get strength for rota today. Group daddy duty. They groaned in unison. Ah, Mama Fire now? Ah, this woman, Sha. But they were already picking car keys. She watched them go, her heart full, her life loud and complicated and utterly hers. And somewhere in the noise and laughter and pepper smell of Uju Elegba, a legend settled. The story of the pepper seller who married 5 husbands, broke all the rules, and still managed to cook the sweetest stew of them all, her own destiny.